Joseph Stalin was a dictator of the Soviet Union. He was so in control that he ordered peasants to give crops, animals, and land to the government. He was always in complete control of Soviet Russia and was a totalitarian. Benito Mussolini, an Italian leader, had strong leadership towards his people, promised prosperity, and him and his followers threatened to overthrow Italy's government. As well as Adolf Hitler, a man that fought with the Germans in World War II, created a gang of Nazis and gained a lot of power in Germany. He told his people that they were the master race and they're the important race. Hitler took out his anger towards the Jewish people because to them, the start of World War I were all the Jewish people's fault. In Japan, militarists wanted more space in the industries because they kept increasing and they eventually gained control of the Japanese government. Similar to the Germans, they preached racism towards several races and took their anger out on the Chinese. Japanese and the Chinese did not get along because the League of Nations were not yet established between them, so the Japanese treated the Chinese brutally, including the women and children, and more than 250,000 civilians and prisoners of war were massacred. Mussolini takes a step further by invading the African country of Ethiopia. The emperor tried to seek help from the League of Nations, but Britain and France were suffering in an economic crisis, and Ethiopia fell to the hands of the invaders. In Europe, Germany was unstoppable. Thor's prediction came true that the Europeans could do nothing to stop him, and Britain and France tried to appease Hitler. Now Hitler was allowed to control Switzerland since he had the power to do so. The Neutrality Act in America was meant for the U.S. to stay at peace and prevent the U.S. to go to war. They stopped giving loans to the other countries in Europe at war. Americans thought that strengthening the bonds between America and Latin America was a good idea, but President Hoover did not like that idea, and he rejected the Roosevelt Corollary. Roosevelt went a step further by withdrawing troops from Nicaragua and Haiti and canceled the Platt Amendment, which limited the independence of Cuba. Hitler and Joseph Stalin were thought to be sworn enemies, surprisingly signed a non-aggression agreement. While that was going on, Adolf Hitler had a secret plan to invade Poland, and they did. This event occurred on September 1st, 1939. This led to Britain and France declaring war on Germany. World War II finally began.